Okay, everyone, I am live. I haven't live streamed in a long time. While I'm driving, but hey, I have a short drive, so I'm just gonna do this as I'm on my way to the gym, right? And I wanted to talk about the government shutdown that was paused. It was not prevented. It was paused yesterday for 45 days. In fact, I think someone on my live stream yesterday brought that out that they could extend it and come back in November. I think they said November the 13th, but the actual date would be November the 17th, right? And reconvene and, decide on the fiscal year budget as the fiscal year begins in government October the 1st. So that's interesting that it has been extended to November the 17th. I actually thought that yesterday was going to be the day that they go ahead and pull the life support plug off and go ahead and dump this old fiat currency system, but they didn't. It's still on life support. And one of the factors that the House and the Senate do not agree upon is Ukraine funding, which President Biden and the administration and Democrats, for the most part, wants to aid Ukraine with $345 million. Right? I saw billions in some research that I was reading. I saw billions, but the least amount that I saw was $345 million for the House and Senate. And the reason being behind this is, according to President Biden and the administration, is that Ukraine needs military weaponry or weapons and support against Russia in the event that Russia attacks Ukraine. That has always been mind-boggling to me, how the United States can send that much money to aid other countries, $345 million, and people, so many impoverished people living in poverty, people living in paycheck. And I'm not sure if I'm accurate on this, so you all let me know. And I hope that you're getting a strong signal, because again, I'm driving, and I haven't live streamed while driving in a long time. I just decided to kill two birds with one stone today, right? But I'm not sure if I'm 100% accurate on this. But is it true that Social Security, even though COLA, which is the cost of living adjustment, President Biden supposedly signed it into law, that a 2024 cost of living COLA adjustment will be added or made to SSI, I think beginning with payments starting October the 12th, if I'm not mistaken. But is it true that, or is this income based? Because I'm not sure if it's SSI or SSDI. Let me know, which would be the disability benefits. But if you're single, you earn up to $1,500 monthly, and married people $3,000. Because I'm like, that has to be false or wrong information. There's no way people can live off that salary. $1,500 if you're single. There's no way I can see anybody living off that in 2023, and $3,000 if you're married. SSI. So someone let me know, whether you're watching this live on the replay, if that information is correct. I think I remember reading it somewhere, because I can't fathom anyone living off that amount on a monthly basis. Because if that's true, whenever I would live stream and talk about people getting residual or passive income, getting in a network marketing or MLM or home-based business model concept where you can add additional income to the income that you're already making, sometimes people will tell me, well, will this affect my SSI? Will my SSI be cut off if I begin to make additional money a month? And I'm like, Well, if your SSI is $1,500 to $3,000, why wouldn't you want to surpass that? Why wouldn't you want to excel that amount? And so, let me know again. Let me know if that's true about that's the monthly income, and that COLA was just passed, the cost of living adjustment. But people, the government shutdown has not been stopped. It's just been delayed. It's just, kicking the can down the road. Hopefully they'll come together in November. I am glad, however, for those military workers, those federal workers, essential workers, anybody receiving federal payment that will receive a paycheck as a result. There were so many things that they said happened in yesterday's voting, like one of the senators triggered the fire alarm, or was it smoke alarm? One of them during the voting session. Just so child play, and this is just the taxes that they play, and you still have Americans arguing and fighting over what party is better, Democrat or Republican. It's like trying to say what gang is better in the streets, the Crips or the Bloods, the red or the blue. You still have Americans debating and arguing whether they are Democrat, Republican, or conservatives, or just, independent. And I'm like, listen, whether you want to believe this or not, they are all sleeping in the same bed. They all playing the games. They all puppets. They all have strings. They all, playing with the strings on the puppet in the minds of the American people. These people are not fighting like the media would have you to say, would have you to believe, rather. As much as, I like listening to Trump for entertainment purposes, on most part. And as much as I want to believe that Trump is different and detached, he's going to do exactly what the powers that be want him to do if he's reelected as well. I listened to an interview that he recently had, and he was talking about liquid gold, which is oil. He was talking about the reduction of taxes, that he had 15% taxes when he was in office. Now the taxation rate on income is back at 28%. He was talking about how he would definitely lower the raising of whenever there's or fight to lower the interest rate spikes. Again, a reminder, in November, there's going to be a possible another base interest rate hike, all at the same time of November the 17th to decide. So they're just kicking the can down the road, decide if there's going to be a government shutdown. And let's not forget that President Biden publicly said the government shutdown is going to hurt the black community more. Why? Because for some reason, the vision of Wall Street has left the black community. I don't know what it is, and I have this conversation oftentimes that slavery really did a job on the black community as far as fatherless homes, not having fathers in the homes. During slavery, black men were just breeders, right? And anytime they wanted to be married, they would separate or remove the black man from the home, or they would stop slaves from getting married. And black men were just taught to be breeders, to go around having sex with women to make babies. And that has still been the curse of 2023, where there's so many fatherless children being raised right now, specifically in the black community, in black families. And then we have WIC that came in and enticed the black woman to take on government assistance, and the black woman was afraid to even have a black man in the house because she didn't want to lose that quote unquote free money, that government assistance that WIC, wanted the government to raise. And then the other issue is now there's opportunities, during slavery or during our grandparents' time or great-grandparents' time, your grandmother didn't have many opportunities to uh, get a degree or college education or make 5 or 6 figure income. She was mainly having babies and taking care of the household and doing the domestic duties. And now you have black women that are able to get degrees, that's able to have CEO positions, um, and able to make 5 or 6 figures. And although you have some black men that state that that does not intimidate them dating or marrying a woman that makes more money than they do, it does. Subconsciously, that does affect most men. That if they're married to a woman, and then if the woman has to be the boss in her world or in her job world, when she get home, it's hard for her to now, I guess the word is submit or humble herself to a male boss at home or to a male husband at home. She might be submissive at work to a male boss because of her position and income, but now she has to come home and take care of domestic duties after having a very tiring, mentally anguish and physical day at work because she's the breadwinner. Now she's expected to come home, cook, clean, and pay the bills and raise the children and, you know, perform the sexual duties of a wife for the husband and yet make him feel, tap into his masculinity where she may have a job that requires her to tap more into her testosterone because, you know, we both, all genders have both testosterone and estrogen. And so tap more into her testosterone than she does her feminine side, more her masculine side. We are dual creatures that have both masculine and feminine, you know, attributes. And that's not easy for a woman to do, especially if she's earning more and she's in leadership position where she has to be more aggressive and authoritarian to get home and just flip the switch and change, right? And so you have all these factors into play of why the more black communities and black families are not, don't have fathers in the home besides, you know, what's going on between the black males, between being incarcerated and like Chicago, for example, having exposure to these military weapons that everyday people can't get, but some way they end up in these low-income neighborhoods in Chicago, and they are killing themselves. And so just so many factors of why Biden said the shutdown would affect black communities more, and the fact that black people are more spenders, consumers than investors, and you know, their financial education, and we you know, don't support our own businesses within our own neighborhood. You know, we give money to nail shops that's not black owned, right, or hair shops. For the most part, though, we will go to black beauticians, right, and barbers because we want our hair to look culturally right. So, but nails and things of that nature, patronizing other black businesses, having the vision of Black Wall Street. Now, Black Wall Street is a catch-22 conversation because, yes, Black Wall Street was destroyed when black people came together. And that could be a conversation like, what if we did try to build our own entrepreneur neighborhoods? But they are doing that in Georgia, right? You have more black-owned businesses collaborated in Georgia, so we cannot say it's not happening. But I don't think it's happening on a big enough scale. And, you know, black women need to definitely, you know, if you a boss, a CEO in the business world, you're definitely probably going to have to get some type of counseling if you want to get married. If you're not meeting a man on that same 6-figure status, you know, kind of like listen to some Kevin Samuel replay, maybe, I don't know. But that is a hard task to do. And men, right, I made a post on my Facebook page, and, you know, I said the more bills that a woman pays, the less attractive a man may become to her because she's becoming more and more independent, both financially, and spiritually and mentally. And, the men were commenting, but that goes both ways. And I'm like, you know what? That's not a masculine comment. Like, for a man to say, the more bills I pay, the less attractive a woman becomes to me, that's not a masculine comment, in my opinion. Like, you ought to be a man who takes pride in being able to financially support yourself, and you're not living at home with your mom, or you're not with your mother, or you're not, shacking up with your homeboys, and you got your own place, your own shelter. You're paying your own bills. Your credit score is 750. To me, that's tapping into masculinity or higher. 800 credit score. 800. You take pride in it. You don't say, well, the more I pay my own bills, the less attractive a woman is to me. No, you should be like, the more I pay my own bills, the more attraction of women, or more women are drawn to me. They are magnetic to me. The more women want me, because I got my finances in order. Not saying that goes both ways. I was so shocked at the men that made that comment on my Facebook page. I was like, wow. And then I said it backwards. I said, wow. And then I said it upside down, then backwards. And I said, Mom, wow. I couldn't believe the men that said that. Like, well, that goes both ways. No, it shouldn't go both ways. It should not go both ways. You should be glad to tap into your masculinity and have your bills paid, and to have income coming in, or to be a 6-figure man or a 5-figure man, and all you need now is that right woman to come in and start a family with. You ought to be proud to be a man that can be a provider and a protector. It shouldn't go both ways. The more bills you pay, the less you need a woman. No, the more bills you pay, the more because most men that have been highly successful were married men with the support of a woman who knew her purpose and her place. Let's talk about the P's. Men are the protectors and providers. The women knew her purpose and her place within the marriage and within the home, right? Now, second thought or topic is New York is flooding. As all this goes on with the extension of the government shutdown, New York right now is underwater. When I did my live stream yesterday, I talked about the gematria of New York that equals 111, right? Can anyone see this? Is this blurry? Because usually you all are commenting. I don't see any comments. So I may watch this replay, and, because I'm not connected to Wi-Fi, it may be blurry. So can someone comment and tell me how the vision is before I talk too long? But I'm about to get off now. But I did the gematria. Okay, it looks pretty clear. I'm on my phone, other phone. So on this phone, it looks clear. Okay. I did the gematria I did it of New York. California equals to the number 88. 88, again, the number 8 is divine. Not divine, this number 7. The number 88 is the upside down infinity sign. Thank you, Regina. Thank you for letting me know that. The upside down infinity sign, which means, and we can look at the 111 code in Revelation 1:11 that also has the infinity sign, is I am Alpha and Omega, which means, interprets that I am the beginning and the end, right? I am the beginning and the end. And so you see the infinity in number 8. And so that's California, the number 88 that represents the ending of an old thing to bring in a new thing, right? Which is what our cash currency system will do. And crypto will be the new thing. Cash will be the old thing. New York, you see 111. Once you do the gematria of New York, it's going to equal to 111, right? I wish I could open up another tab and show you to you. I'll try, but I'm on my phone. But I'll let you see if you can. Now you have the 111 signal going on. Now, we can think back of 9/11. Definitely with that. And definitely sounding the alarm as 11:11 is a warning that chaos and confusion is about to take place, right? Just like in Genesis, we see the flooding that happened, and Genesis 11, the Tower of Babel, chaos and confusion is about to take place. And let me see if I can pull this up real quick and show you all, share my screen on the gematria of New York. Give me a second, you all. Just so you can see it live. If not, I'm not in my laptop. But again, if you are an essential worker and, this is just later. But this is just dodging the bullet. This is just dodging the bullet, you all. And I would be shocked if we did not have a shutdown in November 17th. I'm just being honest. So hopefully those people that will receive a paycheck, right? Okay, let me see. For this month, I'm glad you are, right? I definitely wouldn't want you to not get paid, but this is definitely a warning sign. Again, anybody that can watch the replay, that can. Okay, this is gonna be too complicated. I don't know how to share it from my phone, so I'm not even gonna try. But let me know if that's how low SSI income is. G-Man says, hi, Queen. Happy belated birthday. As soon as I click on, you said 1111. 11 seems to be my number. I see that a lot in different forms. Peace, thank you. Okay, so, like, when you say that's your number, G-Man, I like that name. What do you mean by that specifically? That's your number. Like, what has happened as a result of you saying that number? That's what I'm asking. And then I'm logging off because I got a phone call I got to return. Like, what has happened as a result of you saying that number? And the reason why I'm asking is because understanding gematria, it works like this. Your name, the Bible talks about the power of having a good name. I think I went out and went back in. The power of having a good name. The Bible talks about Adam or Adama when it was originally written. Adama naming all of the animals, right? The power of a name, the power of having biblical names, what that meant in the Bible. So your name is tied to your fortune. For example, my first name, the gematria letters behind it equals 74, right? Equals 74, which 7 plus 4 is 11. So whenever I see 1111, it's attached to my name, the spelling of my first name that my mother gave me, not myself. In fact, I have, I think, 3 ones in my name alone. So you want to do the gematria of your name, and then you want to study those numbers to see why they are attracted or why you see them and what it means when you see them. Like when I see them, I break down knowledge and information and I share it with others. And sometimes people see it just because it's in their subconscious mind. It's just because, they may follow Lord Strayhorn or 19 Keys, and they listen to all this stuff, and they just see numbers because it's in their subconscious mind. But knowing your life path number is connected to the middle numbers or numbers of your date of birth. And that lets you know your personality of why you think how you think, why you move like you move, why you act or react the way you do. But your name is tied to your future of your vision number. Am I name is 74. So I know whenever I see 11 or 1111, I know why I'm seeing those numbers, because I know what my calling and purpose is and what I'm supposed to be doing in this earth as a result. Um, it's deep. Now, actually, it's not angel numbers. It's angle numbers, but it's not angel numbers. Um, you don't have to see numbers to be watched over by angels. Let me just say that. That's number one. You don't have to see numbers. Like right now, I'm seeing 11. I'm seeing 101 now on my phone. Central Standard Time is 101. I see 101. That lets me know as I'm live streaming, I'm walking in my purpose of the information that I'm supposed to share. I'm walking in my place, my calling, right? You might follow Billy Carson. Billy Carson says it's not really angel numbers. It's supposed to be angle numbers, to let you know if you're going in the right direction in life. That's why he says angle numbers. Yeah, actually, Billy Carson does not really believe in angels, but more like aliens and different type of anuka and different types of things like that on a spiritual level. But I think higher powers can watch over anybody that taps into it at any time as a guidance of protection. I like to read Psalms 1 and 11 as well, a lot of 11:11 scriptures, Joshua 1 and 11, Genesis 11, Deuteronomy 1 and 11, Deuteronomy 11:11, prosperity scriptures 11:11 talks about a transition is about to happen and take place. Okay, Lord, we're getting on numbers. Your born date is 4/25. Okay, I'm on my way to the gym, and I'm sitting in my car, so I'm not going to break down numbers on this live stream. You're a Masonic minister, and you need to understand the Hebrew alphabet. You also need to understand the Roman calendar as well, and the Hebrew Greek language when you're reading the Bible, and King James specifically. But once you know what the letters are, and each letter has a numerical value, it's deeper than just numbers. Right, but it starts with numbers, and I agree with you. It's deeper than just numbers, but first you got to start with numbers. The other thing I'm going to tell you right now about your birthday is 2 plus 5 equals 7. 7 means, in most people's cases, that you are a very religious or spiritual person, right? You like spiritual or religious guidance. 7 can also mean that you're your own best company, that you can adapt to people that are social and friendly, right? But you like to go into your inner world, and you are fine if you don't have the company of others. It also represents, and this is just off the dome, and I'm not going to be giving people their numbers reading because, people get to the point where they just expect that for free. And I tell people all the time, if you don't invest in yourself, do not expect to advance. And if you don't invest in the person that's helping to advance you, right, then that's against the laws of the universe. And everything in life is about reciprocity. So if someone blesses you to help you understand yourself, right, to thy own self be true, then you should in turn bless that person. So you may be quiet and reserved at times. You may be low-key when first approached. You observe and expect more than, you possibly speak. And again, this may not fit your profile. You don't confide with many. You enjoy change and travel. You're funny. You're socially and humorous, adaptable. And you desire to please people that you love and you trust. And you search for truth, wisdom, and understanding, and perfection. And some things that you have to be not worried, but I was about to say the word, that's why, but concerned about as a number 7 is not over worrying about things. Now, that also means you need to look into life path 2 and 5 as well, right? Thank you. They're speaking to me. Thanks for speaking to me. You're welcome, G-Man. Hey, I'm signing out. You all make sure you hit the like button, and maybe when I get home, I'll live stream in front of the laptop. You all have a great day. Oh, also visit Cash N, the letter N, to crypto.com. 36-page PDF booklet that helps you get a more financial education about cryptocurrency, why, rich and wealthy people are converting their cash into crypto, and also to understand what blue chip crypto is, mid cap and low risk cryptocurrency, and high cap cryptocurrency. You need to understand those categories to get the maximum benefit of your cash. I appreciate you all as well. You all have a great Sunday. Queen out.